Toastmaster Ramanand, what tagline would you use for your mentors? What tagline would you use for your mentors? Toastmaster Ramanand, all the best.
When the student is ready, the master appears. And when the speaker is ready, most of the videos on the screen disappear. We all had that one favorite teacher. Joe, let me ask you, which was that one teacher who left a mark on you, and can we see that mark? Growing up, I had a lot of teachers who left a mark on me, mostly the marks of a steel scale. But back in 2019 of October, I had this opportunity of being a student all over again with Mumbai Toastmasters. Back in the day, there was no Zoom, only in-person meetings. 90 people stacked and no gaps. We had guests from China, but no coronavirus. And I had the opportunity of learning from the best in the business. Today, as a mentor, I am a result of all the constructive criticism from members like Jeevan, Mario, Divya, Sneha, Kunj. I am a feature of all the creative suggestions from members like Aaron, Harsimran, and I'm a function of filtering out all the negative criticism from Hardiksha. Back in September of 2020, I was assigned two mentees, Dipanshi and Sarvatya. And from there on began my mentorship journey. But before I tell you what happened over the course of those 6-7 months, let me give you a very insightful story. Simon Sinek, a world-renowned author and a leadership coach, was introduced to Ron Bruder, who was much senior to him. And he was introduced to him at an event where he was instantly impressed with his intellect and his experience. After a few weeks, Simon just took a chance and connected with Ron Bruder. Let's see if he takes my call. And he did. Going ahead, whenever Simon was in doubt, he had any query, he would always reach out to Ron. And Ron always would respond. He always had time for him. And one fine evening, when Simon was leaving Ron's house, he said to him in gratitude, "Ron, I love that you're my mentor." And Ron responded by putting his hand on his shoulder, "And I love that you're mine." You see, essentially, a mentor-mentee relationship is a mentor-mentor relationship. Whenever, after an interaction, a mentor feels enriched because he goes a level up with that experience. Coming back to Dipanshi and Sarvanya, Dipanshi was an enthusiastic student of arts. She had a fair bit of idea about Toastmasters already. Whereas Sarvanya was an engineering student. His confidence was low and so was his attendance. His college name was Rajiv Gandhi, but he felt like Rahul Gandhi. And with this hand, I had a lot more responsibilities. Now, going ahead, I kept one-on-one sessions with them, group sessions in them. I kept monthly and weekly meetings for them. I had the responsibility of getting them acquainted with everything that I had learned in Toastmasters from my mentors and that things that I had discovered. And as they kept going ahead in their journey, they kept excelling in speeches, in table topics, evaluations, and all the other activities that were happening in the club. And whenever they got successful or got appreciation, they would always send me those chats. They would always send me those certificates, say I won this and I won that. And a lot of that success was credited onto me. And it was in that point in time that I felt like a proud dad whose kids had topped the school. I felt like a proud dad, like Yagya's dad. But here's something that I realized going ahead. I not only mentored these two people, but I had the opportunity of mentoring some really phenomenal speakers like Mohsin, Mayuri, Ketki, Vanshika, Barack Obama, and the list goes on. And when I mentored two teams for their in-house table topics contest, that is called the impromptu speaking contest, I had to give them instant feedback on the table topics that they had just attempted. And it was really difficult because I wasn't prepared, but I was able to do it because I was constantly in that process. of starting with a couple of mentors, taking on the responsibility for other members, and finally onto these teams. What I discovered in that process was skills that I did not know I had. For example, giving instant feedback. Now, when it comes to an evaluation, you have all the time to make the notes, but not for a table topic. You have to instantly break down that speech, listening keenly, and give them feedback. And out of those hundreds of learnings from mentoring that I've assimilated, I can leave you with three. The first one is we all have an internal drive, an urge to make a big change or contribute such that it makes a lasting impact. Don't we all have that? Mentoring is one such channel where you can do that because you're invested. You invest time, you're dedicated, you're committed. And with your time and valuable feedback, your goodness spreads like a chain reaction. Second, it's a great opportunity for you to build your own skill set as an individual. Not only that, it helps your mentee identify those skill sets because you have been through that process. And before I give you the third line, let me ask you if you feel like the world is in dire need of better leaders and that you could be one. Quite a few confident people in the room. Now, mentoring is all about facilitating participative leadership. It is not set in stone that this is the only way you do, like we have it in school, college, or in a lot of organizations. It's about accepting and acknowledging what your mentee just got to you, building on that discussion, and if you can add more in terms of your valuable insight, nothing like it. I recently came up about a quote on social media. It went like, your best gift is not what you have, but what you give to others. And if I had to come up with a tagline for my mentors, it would be, mentors, dimag ki batti jala de.